Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I want to address the essential requirements for teaching online. And what are these essential requirements? Before I go to these essential requirements, I want to put a statement here that the aim of this video is to sensitize teachers on the essential requirements of teaching online. It is not about acquiring the software and the hardware, but the use made of the same. Many schools have most of these requirements, but despite this, most are not encouraged to use the same. So the problem is not in the acquisition of the hardware and the software, but rather the use made of the same. And this means training, because training is lacking. And that is what discourages many teachers from using the same. So my channel is dedicated to ensure that teachers get motivated to use ICT, any ICT infrastructure within your school or within your home in order to be able to teach online. So, and what are these essential requirements? The first one is, of course, the internet. You need internet connectivity, especially if you are teaching in real time. This enables you to connect with your student. On the other end, the student also needs internet connectivity. At any one time, whether it is a real-time teaching or a video that has been hosted somewhere so that the student can be able to access the same, internet connectivity is essential at one time or another. Let's look at the gadgets. The computer or the smartphone. The smartphone or the computer helps in the communication. It is a communication device. It is the one which links you and your student. Your computer acts as a transmitter of your content to your student, as well as a receiver, because the student communicates back to you. The computer or the smartphone uses softwares, so which are installed in your device. You use these softwares to design the content so as to convert your content from whatever form it is into what we refer to as digital content. Because for you to be able to teach, especially in real time, then your content must undergo that conversion. And of course, I've already said that this is the device where we connect peripheral equipment. So for instance, over here, I've already talked about the computer. The computer is the device where we connect peripheral equipment in order to enable us to be able to convert our content into digital form and therefore be able to communicate. Peripheral devices may include a mobile phone, which can, by the way, stand all by itself, a graphics tablet, and so forth. So these are some of the equipment that you might need. The next one is the microphone. You need a microphone. This microphone could be inbuilt or it could be an external microphone. I cannot overemphasize this point in the sense that when you're communicating, it is important that your audio is above board. So I usually discourage teachers from using inbuilt microphones of their devices because they don't capture audio the way it is meant to. So there is always a problem with those devices unless you're using devices such as an iPhone, which has got a very good microphone. I would recommend that you get the habit of connecting microphones to your device. You could connect a lavalier microphone or even an XLR microphone to your mobile phone, or connecting it directly to your computer both of those microphones, or you can use an audio interface to connect your device to your computer. So microphone is very important, and you cannot ignore that. You ignore that and your audio is going to have a problem, and the person listening to you on the other side may not like the lesson, not because of the content, but because of the device that you're using to convert the audio signal into a digital signal. And of course, from the other end now, we are relying on the student being able to convert that into an audio signal by using a good microphone. I mean a good loudspeaker. So the other thing is about training on how to use the various software. The various softwares which come within our systems are one which enables us to process text, and this is Microsoft Word, and another one which enables us to display slides or to use slides in our teaching, which is Microsoft PowerPoint. There are, of course, other devices that you can be able to use in your teaching. Another one is the camera. Again, this one is a peripheral device which you connect to your computer. Your mobile phone comes... there is no problem with the mobile phone, because the mobile phone, like I said, it stands on its own as a device all by itself. So it's got a camera of its own. It is able to take pictures and take videos, so there is no problem with that. So it's got an inbuilt camera. Again, there are limitations to this inbuilt camera here. There are limitations. Right now, I'm using an external camera to capture my table here, where I have my computer and I have my mobile phone, I have my graphics tablet and all that, because I need to show you these devices. So the mobile phone comes with a microphone and with camera all built in. Your laptop also comes with the inbuilt webcam, and it has got a tiny microphone somewhere. Again, we are saying that those are not the best. So what do you use the camera for? It is used to capture video and pictures in real time, or for recording purposes, so that they are stored in your computer for use at some other point. It can be used to capture a real whiteboard, a real-time whiteboard. I'll be talking about a digital whiteboard, but here I'm talking about a real whiteboard. It can also be used to capture a demonstration. Let me go back to my external webcam so that I can show you this. So over here, let me just put my computer slightly away over there. Over here, I've got this small whiteboard here. This whiteboard here. I usually use it together with a whiteboard marker to be able to write in real time here. And you can see, since you can be able to see what is happening on that video, I'm basically capturing the screen of my desktop. That's what I'm doing. Actually, what I'm doing is I'm capturing this using a webcam that I've mounted above this table. There's an external webcam which is capturing this image, feeding it to my computer, and then I'm using a screen capture now to capture everything which is on the screen of my computer or on my desktop. It's not that I'm recording any video with this one. It is my screen capture which is recording the video. I was at the point where I was saying you can use an external webcam to carry out a demonstration, because like you can see, I can be able to do anything in this space. I can be able to carry out an experiment. I can demonstrate something. I can make something. I can help student undertake a project, or I can put a whiteboard here, a small whiteboard. Of course, here I've got another large whiteboard. But sometimes I find it useful to use this smaller one because it enables me to write very quickly and be able to illustrate my points the way I would do in a real-time situation. So where do you use the camera from, or where do you find that one useful to capture your whiteboard? Could be one of them. Again, to capture yourself, a better video or image of yourself. At the same time, it can be used to capture any demonstration. Like you can see over here, that is exactly what I'm doing using an external webcam. Let's go back to the next requirement. The next requirement is a graphics tablet. What is a graphics tablet? Let me just show you again using this external webcam. This is a graphics tablet. This is a graphics tablet. It has a USB connectivity. What I would do, I would get, this is the USB connectivity. Is Type-C connector. So all I need to do is just plug it into the device like that, and you can see now it is connected. And then I have a mouse which is actually in the shape of a pen that I can now use to annotate over here or to write in this space. All I need to do is to ensure that this edge is parallel to my keyboard. For example, I would now rotate it in this direction like that. If, for example, I was using my laptop as my computer, then I would put this edge to be parallel to the keyboard over there, and I would write in this space. As I write, I keep my eye on the computer screen. For now, I can't be able to do that. Why? This is not the device that I'm using. I'm using my desktop. And since my desktop is on this other side, I will rotate it like this so that on average, it is parallel to the keyboard of my desktop. And therefore, I would be able to write here, and I would be able to write on a digital whiteboard, or I can be able to even ink my desktop. How is that possible? If you look at my desktop over here at the corner, you'll be able to see this pen icon here. Windows, Ink, Workspace. And the moment I click that, I can be able to go to the whiteboard. It takes me to the whiteboard over here. And as soon as it opens, I would be able to write very comfortably on that whiteboard. All I need to do is choose a pen here. Maybe let us say this one is a black pen, and there you have it. I've already chosen it. Over here, it shows me I'm looking for the thickness of the pen. Let me see whether that thickness is good enough. Yes, and you can see I'm able to write. So what I'm doing here is that I'm actually writing on, let me just try to make my whiteboard to be a little bit, my digital whiteboard to be a little bit smaller so that you can see my hand. You can see my hand there. Whatever I write here, sorry, I need to go back to my whiteboard. Yes, over there. So while I'm here, you can see that when I move my hand, that cursor also moves. So whatever I write on the graphics tablet, for example, I can decide I want to write F is equal to MA. And you can see it allows me to ink my whiteboard like that very, very comfortably, and my students on the other side will be able to see exactly what I write. You can see something like that. So a graphics tablet is important. It allows you to do that which you do naturally, which is to use a marker on a whiteboard. So your marker is the digital pen, and your whiteboard is a digital whiteboard which is on the screen of your computer. Like I said over here, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to show you the essential requirements. This one may be important to teachers who do a lot of illustrations, such as mathematics and sciences, especially in problem solving, where we are required to write on the board, or where you are required to draw. Like you can see, when the whiteboard comes there, it's got so many drawing tools. So, and because the business of teachers cannot be complete without us writing something on a whiteboard, on a blackboard, on a piece of paper, because it cannot be complete without doing that. That is why I would place emphasis on using the graphics tablet. And it's very simple. You just need to get your graphics tablet, connect to your computer via this USB cable, and you are good to go. And you can see you don't need any special software. If you go to Windows, there will be that special tool over there that allows you to ink. Windows, Ink, Workspace. Click on it and a good whiteboard pops up, and you're able now to start writing. So if you are sharing your desktop with your students will be able to see that. And by the way, you can do several things on the desktop, because for one thing, I can have my whiteboard here, and on another end, I can have the question. Let us say this may be the space where I want to do the solving. So I'm going to arrange them like that, so that on the left hand side, I can have the question. Let's just imagine that this is where I have the question, and then I can show the solution over here. And you can see you are able to do that which you do naturally in class to a student at a remote point. Okay, having said that, let me put away that one and go back to other requirements. So I cannot overemphasize the need for an input device which allows inking of the digital whiteboard. And I've already shown you, if that one is not forthcoming, then have an external webcam that allows you to see your real whiteboard. My webcam, which is over here, sees my whiteboard, which is here, and now I can be able to ink that whiteboard. So I've already talked about the digital whiteboard and the real whiteboard. Let me see whether there is anything else there. Of course, you need electricity, power. In the case of power failure, this is one of the drawbacks. You must have a backup. When it comes to using the mobile phone, that one is not a major problem, because the power in the battery can be able to last a long time. But when it comes to using the computer, the battery of the computer, the battery of the laptop may not be enough. In most cases, it will not be enough to last a whole session. And even the power supply of the UPS of your computer may not be enough to allow you to last a long period. So this one is a challenge which I want you to keep in mind, that your lesson can be interrupted at any one point, but by a power blackout. The other one is, of course, internet connectivity. If your internet connectivity is not good, then you're going to have a bit of a problem. Another one is a quiet environment. This one is not a big challenge because you will be teaching your students when you are at home. So definitely you ensure that you have a quiet environment. There are simple ways of how you can get a quiet environment, because it's just about trying to make sure that there are good sound absorbers in your room. And these are basically soft materials such as curtains and all that. And make sure you're not teaching your student from an empty hall. You must ensure that in that room there are soft materials. Furniture, curtains, carpets, soft ceiling, and all that. These are materials which absorb unwanted reflections. Like I said, that one is not a big problem, but it's something that will make your presentation good. Let's look at other requirements. Of course, you need a table where you can support your computer, your laptop, and so forth, especially when it comes to tripods. There is this tripod here that I recommend that you use for supporting your mobile phone. Many times I've seen teachers supporting the mobile phone in their hand, and this mobile phone is capturing their own video. And sometimes I've even seen teachers trying to capture the whiteboard using the mobile phone by holding it in their hand. All that shakiness, you really don't have to worry about it, because all you need is to have a tripod like this one with a holder for the mobile phone, and you can put your mobile phone there and be able to make sure that your mobile phone is held in a steady position. I've already talked about this in one of my videos, so if you have not seen it yet, make sure that you play that video up there, and you'll be able to see how you do the connections as far as your mobile phone is concerned. Stability is important in order not to distract the student in any way. And lastly, I want to talk about the lighting of your environment, especially where you're using the camera. Cameras work very well where there is suitable lighting. For example, this video that I'm capturing right now would not be able to appear the way it does recording if this space here is not well lit. So you can use 1 or 2 lamps depending on what you have and what you're interested in. For me, I'm interested in being able to merge videos so that I make the background of one video to be transparent, so that I can be able to put the 2 videos in such a way that they play alongside each other. Like for instance, in this video, you can be able to see me quite clearly, and you may be wondering how comes that my background does not appear anywhere within my video. How comes? So that one is something that I can be able to talk about in a subsequent or later videos, but the lighting I'm concerned with here is for the student to be able to see your demonstration. They need to see your whiteboard. Let me go back to the whiteboard for the sake of those teachers who want to use a real whiteboard in their teaching. So I've got my whiteboard there. You can see the good thing is when I'm doing this, I can be able to see what I'm showing my students at the same time. So this whiteboard here, it will not be properly visible if it is not well lit. I need light to come from my soft box here to fall on the whiteboard, and then that light is reflected to my camera. I need light which is diffused in order to avoid glare. You will not be able to see my whiteboard here if this space was not well lit. So that's why I'm talking about lighting. So as you prepare to teach online, put some consideration into the lighting that goes along with the shooting of good videos, good pictures, and all that. And I want to state here that the reason why sometimes you might not like what you are trying to present to your students, and if you don't like what you are trying to present to your student, how you are presenting it, if you don't like it, chances are that on the other side, the student is seeing all those mistakes you're making. It will come into your confidence. You will not be confident enough when you are doing your presentation. So, and that is why it pays to learn these things. Don't just dismiss them as being not important, and then when your presentation is not so good, you get discouraged. So they are important. So take time to learn some of these things. Meanwhile, you'll have to do with exactly what is available to you. Do with that, and then as time goes by, you try to improve on it. And that is all that I had time for in this particular video. I thought of sharing this video because I've seen so many teachers are having a lot of challenges, and some of them don't know where to begin. If you're having a bit of a problem, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is ICT for Teachers. Just go right there, click on the subscription button, and anytime I release a new training, because I'm doing this on a daily basis, you will get to know about that training, and maybe I may talk about the challenges which you are having. I may be in a position to offer a solution. At the same time, I invite you to leave comments below as to what challenges you're having and what you would like me to address in my next video. Until next time, it is bye-bye.